I want to say this morning that us as a people, we are largely responsible for the caliber of leaders that we've gotten over time and for the caliber of leaders that we have now. We seem to accept people in leadership positions with some glaring flaws. And yes, I know that we're all flawed. But there was a time when you felt as if your political leaders especially were to be of a certain standard. And by standard, I'm not talking about learning and education, no. How you carry yourself, because it could be that educational attainment or even the talent you were born with, it differs across people, obviously. But the one thing that everyone can achieve is an accepted standard of comportment, of deportment. Standard decency is standard because everybody can achieve it equally. Mm-hmm. I don't like what I'm seeing in our political leaders now. And I'm seriously troubled. And then when I look at my political leaders and how some of them are behaving, and then I see people who are sensible making excuses for them. And then I see other people who are sensible saying that we should change certain rules to accommodate for certain bad behavior. I say, boy, look at us taking a hacksaw, tying our leg with a belt, sawing away at that leg, and at the same time complain that people are cutting off our foot. That's exactly what we're doing. So when I have politicians who are on stage dropping F-bomb, politician on stage talking about cloth in the Jamaican way, politician on social media telling people about their mother, politician looking at people and telling people about their mother, politician up in police face, chucking badness, then people saying, we should change the bad word law because, nothing is wrong with it. I'm asking myself, so Jamaica, where is the standard? The people are supposed to be guardians of the standard. And what do I mean by the standard? If my politician, my political leader at any level in this country is reported to have chipped expletives, and as Cliff said the other day on his show, we all chip a bad word or a few in our goings and comings, daily activities. Because, yeah? But if my political leader is reported to chip a few bad words, I would be comfortable if that person was caught on tape outside of their knowledge. So your frustration boil over and you say certain things. I can accept that. And you say, but George, that doesn't make sense. Here's why I can say it. Because you are not broadcasting to anybody a certain standard. In your frustration, in a private moment, you're talking to somebody directly, you go, that's human. But when said politician is going to go up front on stage and do that, you're telling me that you have no respect for people. And I don't know how we can hug up this thing. So, you see, self-interest is going to be the death of all of us. Self-interest. Because I remember very well years ago, a situation in football, Tana, where a Liverpool player was accused by a Manchester United player of calling him Negro repeatedly on the pitch. Investigation was launched. And of course, there were two hard sides to the dispute. The Liverpool fans, black people, like the black Manchester United player who says he was abused. Said, no, lie, black youth I tell. The basis of them saying is lie? Because it's one of theirs who was accused of racism. And I'm saying, but Jesus, please, this issue is bigger than any partisan football consideration. I said at the time that some of you men who are defending this thing, I could put you on a plane and let you off at Stanley Park in Liverpool, the city. Spin around and tell you to find the River Mersey. You couldn't find it. Yet today you're a big Liverpool fan. And if it was a Manchester United player who had done that to a Liverpool player, I could never support them. I love Manchester United, but not so much. And I transpose that example to the politics, where the politician on our side of the fence, whether they are inside or the green side, when they go on the political platform or they are in public with the nasty, dirty behavior, the substandard behavior, the kind of behavior that as a child would cause you to get a clip around the ear, or worse, we endorse it and we say nothing wrong with it. And when the other side does it, we scream bloody murder. Then you have those others who say, boy, we should change the rules. So if our political leaders can't govern themselves accordingly based on the stage they are, what hope do we have? How will you tell a child to have manners? How will you demand decency from those who are public facing in their work? How will you tell young boys, young girls, little boys, little girls how to behave if everything goes? If everything goes. If we say yes to Batty Rider in church, just to use an example, what is standard there? How do we preserve the standard? And every way in society you look, the standards are declining, the standards are declining, the standards are declining. And then we bawl and wonder why the country has so much difficulty reaching that sweet spot where we can all be comfortable with the society we live in. I say to you this morning as adults, indecency thrives where you allow it. Your parish council must know, brethren, either you or your surrogate or your staff cannot be on your social media account telling people about their mother. What kind of slackness that? As a political leader, you can't be on stage just casually cussing cloth or talk about effing this, effing that. These are the things that cause the society to be putrefied. Putrefy is a fancy word for rotten, but putrefy sounds better than the sentence, which is why I used it. And I'm saying that if we continue on this path where we encourage slackness, where we endorse nastiness and bad behavior, then the country will be worse today than its worst day, which causes us to lament and talk about how the country mash up. It's me and you mash up the country, you know? Us, or we do it to ourselves. A politician should be ashamed to be seen and heard in public, saying some of the things, tweeting some of the things that are coming from some of these people. And the only people who can cut them down to size is not their party leaders who need them to win elections, you know. It is me and you. We have the ultimate power. We can take this country back. And I'm saying, Cloth and SYM and mother this and mama that and all those things have no place on a political platform. None whatsoever. None. Let it be that you lose your rag in private and somebody record you and say, boy, look what man are going in a private setting. I believe that we can do about that. But when you put on your good clothes, be it and stand up on political platform and a cuss bad one, as they say in the streets, what kind of style that? What kind of dirty style that? And some of our politicians who talk about education and intelligence, they are so base. Something is wrong with you as a politician if you can only get a reaction from the crowd, if you can only get a forward, if you dip up on the people, and if you go seller. And some of you, because you say these nasty things and this is your brand of politics, and people don't match you, you think you're superior. Oh, them can't cuss like me. Of course, don't mean by can't cuss like you. We don't want to cuss like you. Who wants to do that? And yet, perhaps it is that you, with your dirty behavior, hear that your child said something to a teacher. You want to reprimand the child? On what basis are you going to do that? So I'm saying to you Jamaicans this morning, wanna stay there. Allow these people to advance the putrefaction of this country and see how you like it not too long from now. We need to stop them. Man and woman, bad word prince and bad word princesses, nasty mouth. We must send them packing and replace them with people who have control over what they say. That is my message to all of you this morning.